there! Welcome to SayWhat.tv's The Star. I'm your host, Valerie Corpus. We have a great show for you today. First up, a blast from the past. Tomagotchis are back and ready to take over our lives once again. Say what? You don't know stress until you have to feed and care for your Tamagotchi, which is basically like a digital Pokemon without all the super cool abilities. The only catch is if you're ready to be a Tamagotchi parent again, they're going to cost twice as much. But these new and improved Pocket Pals can do so much more than just act up. In 2021, they can go shopping, travel, raise their own pets, and even get married. You could say they're ready to live their best lives with your help.
Say what?
Now, there's no doubt that the pandemic did a lot for the online world. From competitive gaming to streaming, the video game business had a really awesome 2020. Can't really relate, but anyways, the video game industry wasn't the only one seeing massive revenues. Gamers also saw major paydays. The highest paid player taking home nearly $7 million. Just for doing what you all probably do on a daily basis. Say what? And as the industry grows, so will the paychecks. So if you're thinking, that could be me, it definitely can. Which leads us into our next story. Let's talk more about gaming. It's fun, right? Well, like we just mentioned, you can make some serious cash from playing all your favorite video games. And that's because the gaming industry is one of the fastest growing in the world. Like, it's seriously taking off. And right now, you have the chance to get in on it. Let's get right to the expert who's going to tell you what UTEP is doing for local schools to combine gaming and learning.
Say what?
I'm Mike Picture, and I'm the Director of Learning Environments at UTEP. If I were to pick a couple, they'd probably be really ancient and old. So let me pick a de facto everybody knows, Pac-Man. Let's go with Pac-Man. Okay, so Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. It's quick, it's easy, it's simple to learn. The rules are pretty basic, but there's a lot of strategy. Do you go left or right? Is there a pattern? If you look at Pac-Man, there is patterns that the ghosts usually follow, and it lets you strategize. And I think that's the biggest thing about most of esports is it's about critical thinking and it's about strategy. It's about logistics. It's not always how fast can you click that button. It's really about what's the strategy that you're applying. And that applies to everyday work. When you have to move 5,000 tons from one side of the US to another and you've got 10 days or a week to do it, to get an event going or set up a new factory, it's about logistics, it's about strategy, it's about planning. I think there's a lot of career opportunities in the gaming fields. I think there's a lot of fields that we don't even know about in general with all the new technology, especially pandemic. We're going to see a lot of mixed fields come out that deal with digital media, game creation, home content creation. So I think there's a lot of fields that we may not even be thinking about that are going to emerge and provide lots of opportunities for youth. So high schoolers, I would say first start at your local club or esports club at your school and talk to your coach. A lot of schools like in Socorro, your librarians are actually ahead of your esports senior teams. Have a conversation with them, see where that's going. If not, reach out to places like Glitch or the local community. And there's lots of different opportunities for stuff like that. And if not, reach out to us at college. There's lots of different college esports programs that actually kind of have a step-by-step path on how to become a college esports player, and or there's lots of degrees. Esports casting, newscasting is a big up-and-coming field that I think students can already start. If you love talking with people, maybe you're going to be that sportscaster that wants to be in front of the scenes or you want to be broadcasting, but maybe you don't like talking to people, but you like talking to the camera. So you could be at home and you could be one of these Twitch influencers about gaming. So I think there's a little bit of variety there. I think dedication is critical. You have to be dedicated, and that doesn't just apply to esports, that applies to whatever you're doing. You have to be dedicated. You have to love it. I think you have to have at least some interest in the gaming area, whether that's the hardware or the software side. Skills-wise that students lack, at least at college esports, and same thing in high school, is belief in themselves. Whether you're going to be an esports newscaster, you're going to be a coach, you're going to be an athlete. It really starts with you have to believe that you can do it, and no matter what you get told, you still have to believe that. We've had students that started esports that were going against major competition, and it's really their belief that's like, no, we're going to go and we're going to win. And they've made nationals, top 16 or whatever. And so I think one of the key skills that a lot of students lack is believing in themselves, and that overcomes a lot of other skills and talents. Everything else you can learn. You have to have attitude and you have to have belief. From that, everything else, it may take you a lot longer to learn, but you can learn and adapt too.
Say what?
What a fun story! No doubt, this industry is going to keep growing. Well, that just about wraps it up for us. A special thanks to our sponsors for making SayWhat.tv possible. Thank you to STTE Foundation, the Council on Regional Economic Expansion and Education Development, CREED, for their generous support, and Westar Bank. If you would like to help support SayWhat.tv, please contact us and follow us on our social media. Thanks for joining us for another episode of The Star. I'm Valerie Corpus asking you, if you say what, we say what.
Say what?